Hello everybody, welcome back and to another video. I'm Alex and Tuna again, and I'm going to continue this little lunchtime sculpt. Trying to add some more details and see where we end up at end of the day. Part of me wanted to rush some of this, and then I guess after a while I'm like, kind of want to take my time with it now after I started seeing a little bit more where this is going. Start to get a little more of this brain activity going right here. So I started thinking, how can I kind of accent those hanging parts of flesh into this model. I think what I'm going to do is to use the mask tool. If I hold the control, use this mask pen, start masking stuff out. Going from there. And then trying to indent some parts, push and pull. I still plan on using like alpha maps to get a little more detail, but these are just kind of getting like a little bit more of that loose detail in there too. You're not going to see the back. Doesn't matter back there. I kind of want to see what this is. Maybe this is like a skull cavity, something there. What's going on? Start to bump it out. Give it a little more character. It's kind of like squint your eyes at what you see. Kind of going this way. Build it up. Just kind of come around. Yeah, a little bit more. Let's try that part that I was talking about. Let's make a little smoother area right here. I'm gonna smooth it out, try to get a little more detail. Makes it look like a little more fleshy. And I could probably use the clay smooth, but I'm just gonna keep playing with this back and forth so something starts to show a little bit more. See that? So what I wanted to do, let's see if it works. I'm gonna mask this area, mask off parts of it here and there. Let's see if it works, because originally what I want to do is get this in there and have it fall off on the side. So we're going to do that. Have this going on the main cheek, coming off. We'll start going that way and coming down and smooth it out, take away. I don't know if this is going to work, but if it does work, it'll be a quick method. I'm going to push a mask here, and you can start to see a little bit of that defined detail. I'm going to go maybe down, get some here. We'll extract this out in a bit, and here. And this will be loose because I still got to define the cheeks and stuff like that, but this is just something to kind of see what I can get. We'll have it come up into here and fall off. So let's see what this does. This is just a play around. Let's see what happens. Too much. Maybe something like that. Made it a little thinner. Push and pull, play around with it, and we're gonna go here. Inflate it up a little bit. Dynamesh. There you go. See that? Let's increase that resolution. Project Dynamesh. Not enough. 500. There you go. So what I wanted to do is fall off like veins or whatever the little detail it had on the original images that I had posted. And if you're jumping ahead on this from another video, let me pull it up. These were references from Midjourney, you know, just gonna kind of pull some of this fleshy piece out. So that's what I was kind of going for. Kind of helps. I'm gonna put this to the side so it's not blocking my view. And what I can do is start to use the snake, and we'll use it with Sculptures Pro. Open this up and we can start to pull it out. And one of these, we'll start to pull this way, pull it around the surface to blend it in, kind of feel the shapes a little bit here and there. Can't hurt. And what I'll do is probably pull that off the flesh. See if you can start pushing it in there. Now it'll start blending after a bit. We'll just kind of define it in a way to where it looks like it's not so much a separate mesh. Because right here where it's going to kind of come in, it'll come inside and deform along this mesh. Kind of push and pull. There we go. A little bit more detail. Thin it out. Thin this out. Start pushing and pulling. And these might connect, but not yet. I don't want to connect anything because if I remesh anything, it'll make it a little more tricky. So what I can do is inflate, and deflate. There we go. And we'll grab the move brush, scale it up, pull this out from the main cavity. I'm going to smooth this a little differently. Not too much. You don't want it to break. Let's just smooth it down, but not too hard. So keep going, and I'll pull this out a little bit more with the move tool. Push it out, kind of give it a little bit. We can start connecting these pieces a little bit in a moment, but right now I just want to add some of that detail in there. So what we can do is go grab this, pull it into here, inflate that. So watch this goes here. Start to have a little bit more. The other one I wanted to use was a splat brush. Let me see if that's here. See what kind of results that'll give. Mesh splat. That was something else I was looking towards using. Just going here and doing some of that. That could have been an alternative and doing it this way. But we still can do that. Like if I want to turn this off and go into here, you can pretty much go and cut out a piece. Might be better with this one. So go here. You got a splat. And that kind of works a little bit. It's getting a little messy though. Think the better part of this might be like here a little bit to add some of that after. This will be like a smaller detail here. I don't really want that just yet. I do want to include some of it here and then just kind of mesh it in. Let's see if we can do that. We're going to duplicate, isolate, drop it down just a little bit, and we'll delete some of these. Delete lower, delete the higher. I can go in here and see a little bit of extra detail we didn't have before. You can start to fill this in just to kind of give some extra cavity. Let's see if we want some here. I don't know if that adds enough though. So we'll auto group, hide everything else. and solo a little bit. Can inflate it. I don't know how much though. Let's see what it does. I don't know if that adds enough character. It was just a thought to try out on this. So if I turn on the other layer, then you can start to see where that could be going, but I don't know. Maybe it's an option. You can use it later. I'm not gonna keep this though. This one right here. We'll delete that. I'll come back to that. Let's define this this piece coming out from here. You can start to sculpt it in and define it with the mesh. Just kind of tip it out to the main part. We can start to kind of get some edge flow here. If I really want to, we can start to overlap, over under kind of stuff, and just kind of peek this down to where it's got a point, and that way you get that a little bit more detail over under. Really just kind of playing around with this. This can go around, and there you go, just kind of playing with this. Pushing it around. Then this piece can actually, wrong button, go this way, and we can start to cut it in. That way it looks like it's more natural. You won't ever know. A little small detail, you know, if I'm just cutting in, it'd just be another part of the mesh. These little small creases are just minor. When you zoom out, you're not really, but it's just enough to give it noise. Busy it up. Let's busy this up. This crazy looking piece. Let's get the Sculptures Pro back on. Start to define pieces of it. Let it build up. This can be wrapped around. It doesn't have to be like looking like it's one big piece. You can break it up and push and pull. This can be multiple little lines going around, and we can actually come off of this, pull it out, snake hook it, and just kind of push and go right there. Snake hook. Push it back over here. Just start editing it that way. Just having fun with it. Wanted to jump on this weekend, but we're pretty busy getting stuff around the house done. Going back and forth. So it's lunchtime, seems to be working. We want to try to get back into this Zbrush. Try not to lose that flow. Keep going. Getting it there. We can actually have this. Might need to inflate that so it doesn't remesh in a weird piece. Smooth it out. If I do a Dynamesh, it'll break it sometimes, doing it that way. Keep that going. Keep this kind of a bit of a flow here. This will kind of come in. Kind of trying to break up the fleshy parts, I guess, in so many words. I'll need to remesh this model eventually to get it to work. It's right now it's gonna be a little stubborn because the edge flow is going a certain way. That there, I want to come up and around. Boy, this is going that way. Right. The references have it so busy that it's like just stuff going everywhere, and it might work. You might be able to work it in. Work pieces in, smooth it out. Push and pull, smooth that out, push this in, back into that main cavity, start sculpting. See what this got. Kind of treating this like hair in a way, so it's overlapping just some, like that. Have this come up, probably add another piece off of that, see how that helps, if it does or doesn't. Trying to figure out if this is a smart thing to add or not. Right now it's kind of looking a little too much, but we'll see. We'll keep playing with it and push it in, pull. You don't have to keep everything just like that. It doesn't have to stay. Scale, push, pull, divide, push around, divide, push around. Ooh. Into the colors. So I'm gonna push this up, and this could be the main. This could come around like it's coming under and over. Because really, once I start painting and adding alpha channels, hopefully this kind of breaks it up a little bit better than what you see here. I might dynamesh it one good time. Let's see. Just fit on. Yeah, it didn't break. It didn't break. Smooth, thin it out, cut it in, cut it out. There we go. Let's thin this up. It's really just supposed to be like secondary pieces. It's okay, just rinse and repeat. Feel like you're destroying what you started, but sometimes you gotta get there to get a feeling of where you're going. Just shape it and adjust and keep going. Just getting a little bit of that flow. Oop, too much. Took it away. What I like to see is a little bit more kind of, I don't know if I want this to flow off of him to kind of, let's try it. Let's see if this will help anything with the like that. And of course that kind of gives a little more depth. Let's just start pulling pieces off. kind of like a fish, a little fishy looking. Maybe so. Let's clean it up. Kind of gives a little more character. It's kind of leaning towards what these references are. Give it that little something. Once I start adding some texture too, hopefully that blends from here to there. Just kind of give a little chaos. Let's see if I got a little more time to add something to the neck. So I liked how it went down. So if I were to go down this way, and got that splat. Let's go back to the main mesh. Turn off splat. Not lasso, pin. Let's kind of do something here. See if anything come of this. And kind of bridge this gap of this detail coming off. Just playing around. Gotta make sure that falls off just right. Okay. Maybe something around his face. Give him a pocket. And don't forget to save. Always save, even if it's quick save. Extract, accept. And we will go from here. Let's see what it does. Let's Dynamesh at 500. Project Dynamesh. Let's see if this helps anything. I don't know. Let's give it a little inflate. I broke it. Just kind of inflate it up, inflate it down, back around, inflate it up. Kind of find it odd that it is doing that. I'm gonna wait for this program. Dropped it down pretty low. Alright, auto delete preserve, but that's just odd that it did that. I don't know what happened there. Again, don't forget to save. Let's go ahead and go another direction. I'm not going to touch the Dynamesh right now. Let's Zbrush it instead, or Tessellate, one or the other. But let's Zbrush it at half. Just kind of get a little more cleaner topology. I don't know if it might be attached to a different piece, so it's all attached to this. It's just that. It's just odd. I don't know why it did that. Besides the memory part popping up, but it's all good. Zbrush. Let's just make it real low. Yeah, something to play around with. There we go. We can divide it and get back up the track. We got some kind of weird veins coming off his head. We'll start to carve it up. This will go that way, and I won't really pull it off too much, I don't think. I don't know if I need to. If I could, if I want to keep it. Let's see, I could probably pull these out. Like it's kind of, I need to brush, move, topologize. That was, for anybody who knows, brush, M, and the T is right here, topology. And I'll keep it from grabbing anything else for those who are interested in that. Keep it the same topology. Smooth it down. Oh, jump the layer. Smooth it up, smooth it down. You can pull this down a little bit too. Give it a little more depth. If I really want to, I could probably make it look like a little venomish. I don't know how that would help him being intertwined like that. You can't really move his neck. That just looks like it hurt. Just kind of put it on there. Sometimes a model, you're modeling something don't make sense. Just kind of, your mind will kind of fight it. You'll be like, I don't know if that works. Just gotta make it work. There we go. A little detail. More detail. More detail. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Just a little fun. Ooh, we got weird. Yeah, just gotta smooth it out. It's symmetrical. We'll move it around later. Just trying to get some details in here. Make it asymmetrical. So that kind of works. Damn standard in there. Just cut it in, cut it out, make it look like there's more than one. Just real loose. I think what happens is you start getting lost in the details and you start kind of adding all the little stuff. Going in here, just kind of vary it up. No reason for this thing right here, but I liked it from the one model, so, or the reference, so we'll keep it. It looks like it's kind of like a feeding tube on his chest, along with this stuff. We could always go back to all the other details too that started adding in here. And some more little. What I like to do is also add these kind of pockets. Pockets in there. Start defining some pieces here and there. A little bit more fleshy. Probably the more chaos, the better. Might not ever see the below his neck, but it doesn't hurt. I'll start adding some detail here. Let's get his little teeth cavities in here. Or the little pockets, little gum. If he's got gum, I don't know. Bubble gum. Just going around here. Fill it in, fill it in. Start chiseling out some of this. Give it a little more character. Break this up. Coming around. Break it up. Just breaking up meshes. Anything seems smooth, we're just gonna break it up. You can actually standard brush. Just go in here, start to get a damn standard, pushing and pulling, and start getting this crazy part. So I give teeth might be adjusted in a bit, but or down the road. Let's just see where we end up. Have that connection there. Loosely modeling. Got a little lip coming in. Didn't get as far as I wanted. I wanted to start coloring him a bit, but we'll see how it goes. Start kind of defining some of this area. Alien looking. Just watching the news, they're talking about UFOs or UAP or all these acronyms that give this stuff. Crazy stuff coming out now. Crazy times. So get this. Feeding that around. Let's smooth this out. I got about a few more minutes. I'm just gonna slap some color in here real quick. See what we can do. Get him a little paint job just real quick. I want to give him just a little, just to kind of give us a little. I don't know. Let's just see what it does. All right, let's fill this in. Fill in color. Let's get my brushes. My brush. BPA. It's right here. The letter A. Let's fill it in. Let's fill it all in. Just fill this object. We can fill this object. That object. I think that's about it. The tongue. Let's go ahead and make it a little color. Different color. Go that way out. This could go there. Do we want that? We want like yellow, yellowish, yellow white. We'll change it in a bit. What else? This piece, that's supposed to have been this. Let's pick that. So clicking here, dragging it over, should pick it. Fill object. So now we got a little bit of color going on. Kind of define some more to this. Oh, don't forget to save. Kind of repeat. Let's repeat. Pull this around. Start pulling in some features. Now what I can do is actually start B paint A again. Alright, so we can actually let's see, just kind of give them some character. And I can change this up. See this little spray? You can do a color spray. We can well, I didn't click anything. I don't know why that started changing color. That's whatever, right? Anyway, we're gonna change this intensity. Just kind of start giving them some color. This isn't really set in stone. I'm just trying to give them a real quick over thing of color, and just trying to playing with some stuff. And this will be more that pink. Holding the C, click, and it'll go there. We'll just darken it, and just kind of a little bit there, a little bit there. Just a little fleshy eyes. Maybe a little purple. Let's do some purple. Purple. Just start to kind of break up some of these pieces. Give them a reason. Oh, look at that. No, it wasn't colored. Let's pick that color and fill it back in. And darken it again. So we can give it some. We can get a lot quicker with some paint instead of trying to model everything too. And kind of want to just a little bit of fleshy. Kind of going back to my pumpkin head style here, but it's all good. We're gonna do this, darken that, and just go nuts. Start flesh them up. And what I'm doing is just holding the Alt on these other meshes that are outside of it to click it, color, and then these I'll probably color about the same. That way they can be in the same family. There you go. And we'll modify the mesh as we go. But you can start to see it's getting a little bit more color, a little variation, maybe even some lighting a little bit later. Give them some highlights, a little orange features around the eyes, little human characteristics. I think more variety the better. Start to redden him up. Just throwing colors everywhere, just kind of breaking up the surface. Gonna darken some areas, and we could probably go that darker with the purple, kind of give him a little more grunge, to his face. Eyes, see that? It's just coming alive. I could do a little more detail on some of these parts, but we're just kind of breaking them in. Going here, we don't see under here, but let's fill it up, and we can pick the color, go there. I need some more detail here, but we're not gonna worry about it. We're just running down on time on lunch, but just gonna go this route. Darken this up brush wise. Start to go there. Start painting this tongue a little bit. Kind of give a little more of that. That. Purple. Just real quick. Quick. Maybe tomorrow I can get a little bit more detail in. Push them along. It's really don't take much. So start getting going. Maybe give him some yellow. See what that does. A little yellow on the thing. Cheeks probably a little more yellow than that. Pull this color, pull back in. There we go. Let's see how it looks. My perspective, going here. Let's see what it looks like. I might push up. Once you get the subsurface scattering going in there, I'll pull up some of this reference, and so you can start to see what I kind of was looking at. Now I'll pull more of this fleshy tone after I start getting some more texture and more glossy. Like, so let's do that. I didn't put a real shiny, a soft plastic. Let's do a shiny, reflective. Look at that. That changes it. Get a little more wet look. Pretty crazy looking. So, all right, that's all for my little bit today. So, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.